What's up out there? Welcome back to Melvor Out of Hardcore. This is Gen 2, episode 39. I think it is in the last episode, we were working on the Fire God dungeons, clearing out all that stuff, get the Ragnar gear, and we basically have all that gear now. So, got the God Sword, big old Rons out of it, got the helmet, the gloves, got 10 gloves, and let me run from this fight real quick here. I do have all of the other gear. I kept one of each, aside from my 10 of the gloves. And I have the fighter amulet. I also have, let's see here, 3 of the rings. So, I need 7 more of these rings. I've been running this thing like every day, just about. In fact, I have been running the Fire God dungeon pretty much every day. I kind of got sick of running it. And let's sell this stuff off here, get rid of that garbage. So I'm really sick of running the Fire God dungeon, so I said, you know what, I want to quit, and I came back out here to do Slayer tasks because I'm 11 tasks away from the Master Slayer kit, and I've got the money for all the gear. I've got 6 million. We should be good to go. Hopefully by the time this gets done, I have the 9 million that I need so that I can buy the gear and the Unhallowed Wasteland. Now, although I will say I'm not sure I care about going into that just yet. I think I will. We'll get there. So right now I am focused on killing 2 things, and that is Wicked Greater Dragons and Hunting Greater Dragons. And the reason for that, the reason I'm skipping the Chaotic Graders, is because they don't really drop anything I care about. They drop Dragon Bones, but they drop Dragonite I don't care about, and then Recoil Shield I don't care about. The Wicked Graders drop Ancient Javelins, which sell for good money, and the Hunting Graders drop Jade Stones, which sells for good money. I've got over 1 billion gold, so I've been making some bank off of this, and other stuff. I've been selling, a lot of that came from selling Ragnar's gear, all the extra chest plates and whatever stuff I had there. Let's see. I got to keep an eye on my camera. Hopefully it doesn't skip around. Laptop's not doing so great. It's back to doing the little jittery camera stuff again, so I got to keep an eye on it. But for killing these Hunting Graders, for killing these things, this is the gear setup that I was using. I do have both pieces of Slayer gear up top here. One's in passive and one's in the regular. You need the skill cape for this, because it gets you the Slayer cape pretty much, and the Slayer cape is what gets you around these boots. Once you get into Dark Waters and Unhallowed, you do not need to have this equipped anymore. So that's why I'm trying to focus on this stuff that's why I haven't bought the Unhallowed Wasteland map yet, because I don't want to throw those into the monster pool just yet. It was one of the reasons I wanted to finish this up, because I only had a choice of 3 monsters, and I could easily just switch between the 3 monsters, and if I didn't like the fight, just pick a new one. Now, if I want to skip these, I have to skip additional ones, and it just kind of sucks. I've been trying to avoid everything that's 200 monsters, or 300 or 400 or whatever. It's too much. It takes a few hours to run, whereas, if you can get one that's 100 or less, sometimes you can get 50 or 75 or something like that. I've been trying to pay for those, but it costs a lot of Slayer coins, so it's kind of a toss-up. For the Wicked Graders, I've been running this setup here. Again, max skill cape. The Guardian Amulet and the Guardian Ring are leftovers from the Ragnar, or from the Fire God, just because I was running this setup, this exact setup. This exact setup. Aside from, running full Eris gear, I didn't have the Slayer bits. And I think I had the Earth Layered Shield on over here for the extra damage reduction. So this is a couple of changes. Actually, cape too. A few changes, I guess. And the different bow. You get the idea. But that's how I was running that dungeon. I just got sick of running it. I've been running that thing for over a week now. Maybe a week and a half. And I'm just sick of running it. So I have a new plan. Oh, I should add that I got a few bank slots out of it. I think I got 5 bank slots. And let's see here. I did fight some of these Rockins, and I got a shockwave fragment out of it. It pulled up The problem I run into with the Rockins is I can use this gear, but I have to use all Terran gear. And then I can switch out the cape, and I can switch this gear around, but it kind of defeats the purpose of being set up to do this fight and then having to change over to do that fight and then change back to this fight. I just didn't feel like messing with all that, so I've been sticking with the stuff on Perilous Peaks and instead of visiting Dark Waters. So let's see here. I did dip out and start making bolts. To change topics here for a second. I got almost 1 million bolts. I'll probably have 1 million by the time I get done with this stack. That's what I've been working on in the background at night, just letting it do the bolt stuff for a while. I've got plenty of healing because I've been doing melee mostly, and I still got 250,000 emerald bolts, and I because I've been avoiding the magic stuff, I haven't had to work on anything else overnight, so I thought I'll just make some headless bolts, get those ready for whenever I need them, and then I can start crafting up more emeralds. So that's what I've been doing of an evening. Now, let's see here. Going forward, so I have 11. We've got 11 more tasks that we need down here to unlock this. And I've got the Slayer coin to unlock all of the pieces of gear that I need. So that's going to be done. We'll have Master Slayer gear. And I'll be able to just ignore Perilous Peaks from that point forward. So, remember how I said that I need that skill cape to get into Perilous Peaks? I do not need that for Dark Waters or Unhallowed Wasteland. So I can ditch that cape and use the Infernal cape, which gives you a little bit of damage reduction that this cape does not. So I'm going to switch over to, I think what I want to do is I want to take the fight and upgrade my ranged character. So I need to go through the Fire God dungeon a bunch more times. I've cleared that thing like 300 and some times, and I still only have 3 of the rings that come out of it, and I need 7 more. I've got all the other gear out of that thing. I don't remember if I went through this all or not, but we've got all the gear out of that thing. I just need more rings. So everything else is done. I've got the pet. Let's see. Nope, not the raid. I do have I got the pet, and I got the Earth God pet. I got the Air God pet. I just need to get the Water God one. So I need to get more Water God gear. I need to go through the Fire God place a few more times, and I need to start gearing up my melee character and my range and my magic character. So I was trying to figure out how to do this in a way that's kind of, I don't want to say efficient, but I also have to work against my bank slots. I don't have, terrible amount of bank slots, so I have to work against all that. I can't just start going through all of these different creatures and getting, each one of these has 2 drops you have to collect, and then each one of these has a drop. So that's a lot of drops to collect and keep in your inventory. So in an effort to try to keep everything moving forward and efficient, I guess, I want to work on Rockins and Lagaran worms at the same time because they're both ranged. So I can set up my melee character to fight those, which it's going to take the master gear plus the Terran gear to fight these things. But once I get that, I think what I'm going to do is just switch between these tasks, these Slayer tasks. I want to keep bouncing back and forth between these 2, collect their gear up. This one, you collect, 100 of these shockwave fragments, and then you can get your weapon. This one, you have to collect 500 and 100. You have to collect 500 of the poison essence and 100 of the worm spike. I don't have the rings for this, but I do have the gauntlets. So basically what I think I can do is go ahead and get this. I can get the gauntlets. I can get this weapon. Then I can go back through the Air God dungeon, get some more of the rings. I don't have any of the rings, actually. So I can go get those. And then I can go back through the Water God dungeon, get that done because I'll have this stuff ready to go. That'll make that go faster because I'll be doing more damage and I'll have more options. And then I can go through the Fire God dungeon again and finish that stuff off and have all the drops that I need for that. Somewhere along the line, I need to get these Amboras killed and get my sword upgraded. and then get these Kutulls killed and get the Ocean Song. I believe that's a one-handed. I think these are all one-handed weapons. So you can equip a shield with them, which is what I definitely need. Get some of the damage reduction. So I think that's sort of my plan, is to get my ranged character, basically in a nutshell, to get my ranged character not leveled up, but geared up with the gear that I can get him, and then go back into some of the previous dungeons that I've cleared, finish clearing those out, finish getting all the pieces I need, and then work on the Cursed Liches, Kutulls, and the Umboras to start getting that gear and those grinds out of the way, because I'm going to need these Umboras killed off. Well, actually, they're kind of the last thing as I look at this, because once the range character's geared up, he can go into these two. I mean, right now I'm killing this stuff, no big deal. I would have to actually stop, kill these things, and then work the other stuff up. Whereas I could just gear up, I don't know, maybe I'll kill these things as they come up in the list. I've got the gear for it. I killed all this stuff with the gear that I have before this 1.0 hit and the Unhallowed Wasteland came along. So I should be able to be good there. I don't know. We will see. But that is pretty much where we're going to go, I think. I don't know how well it's going to work, but that's where we're going to go. So I'm going to work on finishing these tasks up. I want to get my Master Slayer gear. And what I've been doing is just getting a new task and trying to get the two creatures I've been showing here. The Wickeds and the Huntings. Trying to fight those two. I've been skipping the other ones and all the Umboras and stuff. I did the ones because there was just such a small amount of them, and I was already set up for melee. The problem I ran into is I had to switch my gear over to Terran gear, and I could either run a Terran setup. It's too much. I could buy up the extra Slayer gear. I don't know that I want to have two different loadouts, though. That's my thing, and I only have one of the fighter amulets, so can't really do that twice. But I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at, and that's pretty much the plan for the future, is get the Master Slayer done and then start gearing up the ranged character for all the stuff that he's going to need to do, because there's a few dungeons and a few creatures that I can kill off that just leveling or getting his gear will do a lot going forward. So I think that's what I want to do, and that'll clear up some inventory space. I'll be clearing some dungeons, maybe get some more bank slots out of it. Don't know. But that's pretty much where we're at, and that is where we're going, and that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.